Aight, listen up. Robocop Rogue City is here, and despite my dad, hating this game, since he is likely one of the 7 people who actually saw this movie in the theater in 1987, but maybe also because he's one of the only 7 people who thought it was a good idea for a first date. Yeah, obviously that unlucky girl did not turn out to be my mom. A different unlucky girl did, who apparently has a major crush on Peter Weller, the actor who played the original Robocop, and who the lead Rogue City is modeled after. What's to hate though? Despite the absolutely terrible graphics, the stale gameplay, less that gripping NPC engagement, and slowest walking character in video game history, this game is packed with positives. First and foremost, the Gwar levels of gore. If you don't know who Gwar is, I went to their concert, the bloodiest concert I've been to. What makes the grass grow? Blood, blood, blood. Except in dismal 80s Detroit where this is placed, no grass grows on that side of the fence. It's funny how the 2023 version of the 1980s dystopian idea of Detroit's future looks exactly like the 1970s idea of dystopian future of 1980s Detroit. All the punks in this are like if the Joker had recruited his gangs in Soho in the 70s. Like Tipper Gore's idea of what punk is. Skateboarders are laughingly and hysterically in helium-induced howls while shooting at you with stormtrooper accuracy. But as far as 1980s games go, it actually looks convincingly like a crappy 1980s game released in 2023, and this one nails it. I mean, in this game you have the ability to throw computers in garbage dumpsters, and I imagine that someone's already doing a run where they only do that. And I want to see that. Oh yeah, and that breathtaking gore goes well with those explosive canisters. Eat them while you have them. The enemies drop guns you can use like the AK, the 9mm, the Uzi, and the machine gun. But there is only one gun you need to use, and the only one gun you want to use, Robocop's starting pistol. It hits harder than my dad's hand. And if these punks don't learn fast enough, you can go from dad's hand to dad's belt real quick. Upgrading this thing turns it into an explosive minigun that literally obliterates not only the enemies, but their wills in the process. There ain't gonna be an open casket at this funeral. Hey punks, free piercings. My dad says the 80s sucked, and he was there so he should know. But he also shells out a lot of money to see bands he saw then on their final forever one night only farewell retirement tours. Depeche Mode anyone? He watches Super 8, Stranger Things, and swears that Empire is the best Star Wars. He talks about the 80s so much, it's hard to say that they did suck. And if the 80s gave birth to what would become Rogue City, then I'm a huge fan. Now, when I mentioned about the graphics earlier, the graphics actually look pretty solid for the streets, but there's definitely some scenes where they don't look the most breathtaking. And instead, it looks like Lawnmower Man, which don't get me wrong, Lawnmower Man hit different. The story is like any, your basic detective cop drama from 1981. We play as a cutting-edge biorobot that issues parking tickets and smokes bad guys without probable cause, or even reasonable cause. But honestly, I think understanding the character's struggles with morality and the meaning of being human as laid out in the movie. A little bit of the story is lost and we are reduced to being an unfeeling judge, jury, and executioner. Now, when I originally wrote this script, I actually didn't watch the movie, but recently I actually gave it a watch through. And holy shit, gotta make something clear, the movie is gory as hell. There's this scene, which I don't know if I could show, this scene where this guy just gets gunned down by an Ed 209 for like a minute straight. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing. There was even another scene where a guy got dumped in some chemicals and he ended up looking like something from the Blob or some shit. It was actually pretty cool. And the game almost copies the movie perfectly, not in a terrible way. It copies it in ways where it's like nostalgic, the way from Robocop gets inside his car or the sparks that happen whenever he drives up out of the police station. There's a lot of homages, and you know what, it's kind of heartwarming to see. I only really have one issue with this game, and I love this game a lot. The only issue is it feels really short, with not having a new game plus or anything of that sort. You guys should give this one a shot, and honestly, there's a lot of people who were complaining about this game at first, but you know what? I kind of grew to love it by the end. And I will say, that final level, oh, hit different. What movies in the 80s did your parents like, or that you liked? And which one of them you'd like to be seen in a gore-filled masterpiece of a video game?
City's future. That leaves one question. Scrapyard or prison, creep?